Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Cabinet Grants panel meeting on Monday, the 26th of September at 5:30. I'm joined today by Councillor de Meer as substitute for Councillor Balsi, and we have Councillor Hillier as Vice Chairman. I'm going to dispense with the reading of the Chairman's safety announcement because we're all internal people. There are no members of the public present, and we're all very well aware of the safety escape route and directions. Apologies have been received from Councillor Balsi. That's item 2, and item 3 is members to please indicate to speak by pressing the button on their microphone if they have any declarations to make in respect of items on the agenda. No, thank you. Item 4, to confirm the minutes of the meeting of the panel held on the 22nd of August. Councillor de Meer, you were present at that meeting with me, so can you please vote? Thank you, and those are agreed. Item 5, to consider items that the Chairman agrees to take as urgent business. I have none. Colleagues, officers, have any urgent items been received? No, thank you. That brings us to item 7, the Micro Business Grant Scheme for 22-23. And we go to William Hawkins for an introduction, please.
Thank you, Chair. So, as you'll be aware, this is the third meeting of the Grants Panel in order to consider this year's Micro Business Grant Scheme applicants. Today, I'd like to present 5 applications for your approval. Within this round of applications, you'll note that there are 2 applications from CCLS South Limited. This is just due to the fact that, as with previous rounds of this scheme, applicants are able to apply for both the growth grant and the apprenticeship grant. Therefore, I'd ask the panel to consider both applications on this case. Additionally, with the panel's approval, I would like to amend one of the awards suggested within the report for Linfield Coffee Works. It's listed in there as 1,500. With the approval, I'd like to change it to 2,000. We've been in contact with the business since the paper was submitted, and quite simply, they made a mistake on the application form. Their project cost well exceeds £4,000, so therefore they would be eligible for the full £2,000 in grant funding. So they do cover the match funding element in this case. Lastly, just for the panel to note that there are no returning micro business grant applicants within this paper. However, Linfield Coffee Works, as mentioned, they were awarded an independent retailers grant earlier in the year, and that was for the sort of purchase of seatings and tables, so interior renovation, so dissimilar to what they're applying for here.
Good, thank you very much. Colleagues, any questions? Councillor Hillier.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Hawkins, for the report. All good. Just a couple of queries, stroke comments. In relation to Linfield Coffee Works, I know them, excellent company, and they do a lot of community support, and they supply the Bentswood Hub. But I just wanted to ask, the heat sealer for the project packaging, is this some sort of an innovation within the business rather than replacing an old bit of kit, which probably should actually form part of their business plan? So that's my first question. And the second one is on CCLS South, the main grant. Just wanted, because I'm very supportive of this, because this is really great. It's about what we should be doing in terms of making our renewable sector more resilient across the district. So just wanted to know how many staff they had, just how big is that company, please? But I'm very supportive of the recommendations, subject to your answers. Thank you.
Thank you. So I suppose just to answer your questions in turn, first of all, regarding the Linfield Coffee Works. So the machine that they are purchasing is a new thing for the business, so it's not replacing old equipment. However, it is to replace a task which they do by hand currently. So the heat sealer and the associated equipment will allow the company to essentially pre-weigh and package the coffee so they can sell it both in store and online, a task which they do by hand currently. So this would open up both staff time and sort of resources for the business to expand their sort of the retail side of their operation. And then just regarding CCLS South, currently they have 4 full-time member of staff and the apprentice, hopefully as part of their application. The purpose of the growth grant is to train these employees on sort of, you know, within the renewable market. So they note in their application that should they receive sort of a boost in the growth of the business, they would then look to employ even more members of staff through this. So, yeah, thank you.
Good, thank you. Councillor De Mere.
Thank you. Excellent. And I hadn't realised that we did apprentice grants. So we should be shouting about that. Thank you. My question, and this is from total ignorance, on your application assessment, it says criteria assessed against blah, 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 3.5, 3.55, 3.52. On the matrix, and forgive me because I'm new to this panel, the score only goes up to 3. Are these people just wonderful?
Yes, so apologies if I haven't made, I suppose, the document clear. So instead of 3.5, 3.5 and 5, that's criteria 3 and criteria 5. Criteria 5 itself. So the project score is out of the numbers on there.
So how can they get 3.5? Because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So the applicants are able to score a maximum of 3 points on each criteria. So to take the case of Jones External Clearing at the top of that list there, they were assessed against criteria 3 and criteria 5. So their project score will be out of 6. In that instance, they scored 4 out of 6. So I believe it was 2 out of 3 and 2 out of 3 for a total of 4 out of 6.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Excellent. I'm pleased, Councillor De Mere, that you've been taken out of darkness.
Thank you, Will.
Colleagues, can we please vote on the recommendation, and we have considered and agree funding for each of the applications in Table 1, summaries of which are attached in Appendix A of the report, and please vote on screen. Thank you, that is unanimous. So, first of all, William, thank you very much for your presentation of those applications. Thank you to the backroom officers for making the meeting happen technologically. And thank you, colleagues, for your participation. And I close the meeting at 17:38. Thank you, and please remain in your place until live streaming is concluded.